Man, oh man, what can I say? What a great time to be a 49ers fan right now. Yesterday's victory against Carolina Panthers was, for me personally, a statement win against a very good football team. I was sitting watching the game last night thinking, what could I make or what the topics could be for my video the next day. And so I kind of just took account of what I was watching yesterday. And three things really stood out to me. So that's what I'm going to go with for my 49er quick takes. The first one, I got to say personally, was the play calling of Kyle Shanahan. Absolutely magnificent. He's a true offensive genius. You know, a lot of people say McVay last year was an offensive genius until Coach Belichick exposed him in the Super Bowl, and then hasn't been the same since. But if you remember, Shanahan went against the same coach as an offensive coordinator for the Atlanta Falcons, and did pretty damn well against him in the Super Bowl. I mean, yes, we all know about the collapse and the breakdown at the end, and the Patriots came back and won. But to scheme against Bill Belichick is one thing, or is a totally different thing, than to go against, Ron Rivera. So the guy is something special. The way he designs the run game and all the motion and all the misdirection is just, it's incredible to watch. And the pass game thrives off of it. Now we just got to get Jimmy to stop throwing interceptions and throw more touchdowns. But that's totally another thing. I'm just nitpicking. The second thing I got to say that really stood out to me yesterday was Tevin Coleman. I mean, amazing pickup in the offseason. I was really high on him when they picked him up in the offseason, just because I know Shanahan knows how to work with certain guys, and I was always impressed with Tevin Coleman in Atlanta. And now that he's healthy, honestly, to me, he's been more impressive than Matt Breida, mainly because he can stay on the field. Breida got nicked up yesterday, and Breida's got that breakaway speed, but Tevin Coleman was something else yesterday. 4 touchdowns total, 1 receiving, 3 running. The huge, was it 46 yards or something like that? The one that he ran to the house untouched, which was a direct result of the Shanahan play calling. But he was killing it yesterday, man, and I can't wait to see what they do against the Cardinals on Thursday. It's a game they should win, and hopefully they can bring their defense on the road, and Jimmy can step up, and the passing game can complement the running game, and we can leave that game 8-0. So we'll wait and see. And my last point that I picked up from yesterday, which is the obvious, I mean, you know where I'm going with this one, is Nick BOSA. The guy is unbelievable. He's a child, and he plays like a grown-ass man. It kind of reminds me a little bit of J.J. Watt, just the kind of game-wrecking ability that he has. So I think the thing that really impressed me a lot about BOSA is that, he came out of the draft with, really high expectations. But then there were question marks whether, he would be a finisher in the NFL, if he could, finish sacks instead of just being a disruptor. And, early in the season when he was hampered by the high ankle sprain, it looked like there was some truth to that. But as he's gotten healthier, he has just been a man among boys. There was a lot of talk in the preseason, or in training camp, how he was dominating Joe Staley and giving fits to our offensive tackles. And now we can see what that was all about. Just an unbelievable game yesterday. 3 sacks and an interception that he nearly took to the house. I mean, that was an all-world performance. Definitely his play and the play of even guys like Eric Armstead have really elevated this defense to an elite level, and it's scary to see. it gives them a chance against the good teams, the Packers and the Saints, the Ravens. I'm not saying they're going to beat all those teams. I mean, I definitely see a loss or two coming up soon. But the Niners have created themselves a nice cushion, and BOSA is definitely one of the reasons for that. His performance yesterday was out of this world, and hopefully it continues this Thursday against the vertically challenged quarterback that we're going against. Eric Armstead and DeForest Buckner will definitely give him problems, and hopefully BOSA can be there to clean up the mess on the outside. So we'll have to wait and see. But so those 3 points were kind of the things that stuck in my head yesterday after watching the game. And I was, as most 49er fans are, I'm just elated right now. Definitely keeping things in perspective. Still a lot of season to go. Anything could happen. Injuries, losses can pile up. Hopefully none of those things happen. And who knows, guys? Maybe we can secure a spot in the playoffs where, once you get in, anything can happen. So we'll wait and see. All right, that's going to do it. My Niner quick take of the week, which is more like quick takes. And I'll see y'all next week.